Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's true name in the ancient Hebrew tongue, and YAHAWASHI is the name of His only begotten Son, the Savior of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors of the apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the men that are preaching the gospel of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, in all sincerity, diligence, and truth, and to the men, women, and children that are staying in the Holy Spirit and keeping the faith of Yahawashi Mashiach to the best of their ability, day in and day out. All right, so just a news update on the stock, not the stock, well, the economy. Just more information showing how this place, how America, Babylon the Great, and really just Esau's whole empire, his whole infrastructure is just, crumbling day by day. All right. The word on the street, the news is never a positive, outlook. There's always, a grim, outlook when it comes to the economy of Babylon. All right. Esau, Edom, which goes into the prophecy because scripture tells you that, this place, the money system of this place is going to be worthless, before it's all said and done. All right, which is going to cause, mass chaos. All right, it's going to cause more uprising of the people. It's going to cause, mass hysteria. All right, race wars, social wars, all these things, class wars, all these things are pursuant to the scriptures. And, when you are, standing upon your watch as the Lord commanded us to do, okay, and watching it, man, it's becoming more and more evident day by day. All right, so this came out, published 9 hours ago. All right, and it was updated 15 minutes ago on CNBC. It says Dow drops 450 points, S&P 500 heads for worst day since January. All right, now understanding that, the U.S. stock markets, it's always up and down. All right, it's always it's always some days or weeks it goes and it's looking like it's consistently doing good, and then you have other times where you have a mass drop off in points. But the rhetoric, regardless of what's happening, rhetoric doesn't change. All right, when in this article, I'm not really focusing on the amount of points that the stock dropped today, because all these numbers are manipulated anyway, but rather focusing on what people are saying about the economy as a whole. Okay, so I'm just going to get into the article. So it says stocks dropped on Friday as investors worried global economic growth could slow down following the Federal Reserve's cautious outlook from earlier this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average traded 450 points lower as bank stocks fell on an inverted yield curve, which some investors sees as a signal of a recession coming. The S&P 500 fell 1.5% and is headed for its worst day since January 3rd. The Nasdaq composite declined 1.8%. There is a host of worries out here, and those worries continue to mount. All right, so this is the rhetoric, man. All right, there's a lot of worries out here on the economic playing field, man. All right, and not just in America, but the economic system. Okay, because due to globalization, all these countries, okay, all right, due to the central banking system, which is ran by the so-called elites. All right, starting with the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, all those so-called Jewish rats. All right, which they're the chief house of Esau, the Amalekites. Okay, so this whole banking and economic system belongs to them. Okay, but as this article is saying, there's a host of worries out here, and those worries continue to mount. So that's the rhetoric. Okay, no matter if you have days or weeks that the economy is doing good, the worries are continuing to mount, and this is why you having a whole bunch of like over 5,000 stores, all right, nationwide are closing. Okay, the retail industry is getting worse and worse, because ultimately what is happening is that this system, all right, this beast system is crumbling, which is pursuant to scriptures, and also you know, the Lord is have these devils their mind to do what? To bring in a new system by way of the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. That's going to be the new way of buying and selling. Okay, cold cash, hard, you know, physical cash is going out the window, man. And not just here in Babylon, but you already got places, you know, in Europe, all right, places like Sweden, all right, Switzerland, I believe, okay, that are doing away with cash altogether. So this whole this new system, in order for this new system to come in, what has to happen? The old system has to crumble, okay, and this is what you're seeing, all right. So it said Peter Cardillo, chief market economist at Spartan Capital Securities. The fear of recession is increasing, okay? And understanding that back in 10 years ago, you had the what they call the Great Recession happen, which, all right, that recession was never actually fixed. Okay, the issues of the recessions was never actually fixed. So you have a lot of economists, okay, and people that, you know, watch the stocks and watch the, you know, Wall Street and what have you. Okay, they say that that if another recession happened, it's not going to be a recession. It's going to be worse than the Great Depression. Okay, where you have massive layoffs, you know, people that can't afford to buy food. Hey, during the recession, you had some places that were in a famine. Okay, I mean, during the Depression, I should say the Great Depression, you had some places that was in a famine. So how much more, you know, during this time? Okay, during this time where you're gonna have, it's gonna be even worse, man. So, you know, these are the things that are coming to this place. These are the tribulations that this place is about to head for, man. Okay, and it's full steam ahead. Right? It says as a result, we have a market that is rethinking some of the optimism that is in place, that was priced in. See, there's no optimistic outlook. Okay, there's no optimistic view when speaking about this economy, man. The global economy. All right. It says the spread between the 3-month Treasury bill yield and the 10-year note rate turned negative for the first time since 2007. Okay. And what happened a year after 2007? Well, actually it started in 2007, but 2007, 8, 9, what happened? That Great Recession, where you had millions of people lose their jobs, lose their houses, okay, lose their you know, their life savings. All right. It says thus inverting the so-called yield curve, according to Refinitiv TradeWeb data. An inverted yield curve happens when short-term rates surpass their long-term counterparts. All right, listen to this. This is considered by investors a trustworthy indicator of a recession coming in the near future. Okay, because you have these economists, they have their analytics, all right, their data, whatso have you, because the scripture tells you that the children of this generation, the children of this world and their generation is wiser than the children of light. Okay, so the Lord, you know, gave Esau, all right, a particular knowledge of, you know, of this data and economy, or in how to, you know, measure, you know, his numbers and whatever. Okay, and they use this inverted yield curve as an indicator of what? Of a recession coming in the near future. So Esau himself and his analytics is telling him that what? A recession is coming in the near future. Okay? And once again, man, this recession is not going to just be some light thing, man. It's actually going to be a depression, man. The economy is going to collapse completely. All right? And it says coming in the near future. And this is why you're seeing all these prophecies coming to pass, man. It says bank shares led to decline. Citigroup fell more than 5%. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, and Bank of America all declined at least 2.5%. Okay, so this is, you know, once again, man, this is the talk. This is the mindset, the way things are moving with this economy, man. All right. And you have a lot of people, you know, specifically, you know, a lot of Israelites who are not, who don't pay attention, man. They're not prepared. That's why the Lord said what? Isaiah 33 and verse 6, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be the stability of thy times. Because people don't have any wisdom and knowledge and understanding. All right. They think in peace and safety. And guess what's going to happen, man? Great destruction. Because once this economy collapses, this is what people have faith in. They have faith in the fact that they think that this the status quo, the everyday hamster wheel, the everyday, you know, going to work and everything acting and working as it is, they think that just going to happen and last forever. But little do they know, hey, the Lord got this place set up, man. The Lord got Babylon, all right, in a snare, in a trap, okay? And it's a trap that they can't get out of, all right? And even Esau, all right, these elites, they thinking that they're setting this up and then they're somehow going to come out on top. The Lord got them in a snare too, man. He got them in a trap also, all right? So let me jump down. It says, let's not lose sight of the fact that we've had a really nice rally over the last couple weeks, said JJ Kinahan, chief market strategist at TD Ameritrade. Today is not a great day, but after a strong week or two, you tend to get a bit of a sell-off. Now, should you be cautious? Absolutely, because the slowdown worldwide is something people need to be cautious about. All right. A global, worldwide slowdown of the market, man, of the economy, okay? And once again, like I said before, this is everything. This economy is interconnected between all the major countries, man. So if something happens over here, it's going to affect all major economies worldwide. That's why there's going to be a global economic collapse, all right? Which is why the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, is going to be mandated globally, okay? Globally, in order to be interconnected into the system again, the global system again. Esau is going to do what? Present his mark of the beast as a new way to be integrated into the system, okay? And that's why you're going to have a global economic collapse, man. All right. And the ones who are not prepared, the ones who don't know, the ones who have their head up their asses and are not don't have wisdom and knowledge and understanding pursuant to the scriptures, okay, you're going to be taken and destroyed, man. You're going to go right down to the slaughter. OK, so yeah, just read down here. It says Nike shares also pressure stocks. The athletic apparel company's stock fell 5.3% on the back of a weak quarterly sales growth in North America. You see that? That's Nike. All right. You have Payless closing down all their stores, you know, Sears, all these major companies that are, you know, great. They were, you know, places where you will always think that would be good. What is happening? They're having weak weak sales growth, man. Okay. It says Boeing shares also dropped 2% after Indonesian airline Garuda canceled a $6 billion order for 49 Boeing 737 MAX jets. So hey, and that's because of what? You have those two crashes that happened this month and last month. All right. So all these companies, man, they're losing money. All right. So let's go into the scriptures. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 5. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come." And we go into the word evil, it means bad times, man. All right, bad time. So it's only a bad time is come. An end is come. An end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come. So this is what happened in these last days, man. All right. In these last days, what? The end days is going to be evil times. And that's it. It's not going to be no happy times. It's not going to be no peace and safety. Because when you think peace and safety, what? Sudden destruction is coming upon you, man. All right. And this is why you got to have the understanding, you got to have the faith in YAHAWASHI, because anything else that you got faith in, and a lot of people put their faith in what? Money and economy, all right? In Egypt, this government is going to be destroyed. The Lord is going to take it completely out the way, man, all right? Zephaniah 1 verse 10, it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that there should be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." All right, what do they call it when the economy collapses? What? The stock market crash, right? The hills talking about the governments, Okay, there's going to be a great crashing from the hills, man. Because if Babylon collapses, all these other countries are collapsing, man. All right, a great crashing from the hills, and that's why the scriptures tells you. Let me get that the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right, the nations are going to be mad because this place is going to bring down all these other countries, man. The economy collapsing here is going to bring down the economy of all these other countries. What is the dollar? The dollar is what? The global what is it called? Dang, it just slipped my mind. The world currency. Yeah, there you go. The global world currency, man. All right. So if the dollar collapses, all right, which majority of people trade in the dollar, we have a lot of countries like Russia, Iran, India, they're trying to get away from trading in the dollar. China. But still, the majority of the country still trades in a dollar. So if that dollar collapses, that's going to fuck up everybody else's economy. And this is why the scripture says this. Jeremiah 51 verse 7. Behold, it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right, globalization. All these nations are now partakers of Babylon's wine, by Babylon's philosophy, Babylon's economy, the way Babylon does economy. Okay, so you have this global looming recession coming in the near future, which is not going to be just a recession. All right, just wanted to reiterate that again. It's going to be a global downturn, man, a depression, Great Depression, greater than the 1929 depression. It's going to be a collapse, and what's going to happen? All these other nations are going to collapse because they have drunken of Babylon's wine, all right? And they're going to be mad, all right? It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her, if so she may be healed. And no, and it's not going to be healed, man, because the economy collapsing is just going to be the start, man. All right, it's going to be the start of the utter destruction of America, okay? It says, going back to Zephaniah 1 verse 11, it says, how ye inhabitants of Miktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Yeah, Miktesh was a market city, okay, equivalent to America, because America is the greatest market, quote unquote, they like to say. All right, so what? All the merchant people are cut down, and that's why you got Nike, all right, losing 5%. All right, Boeing is dropping. Okay, you got all these other retail stores shutting down because consumerism. People are not their merchandise is not selling. All right, all these things are what preludes to the ultimate destruction of America, man. Okay, and the economic collapse is biblical, and this is what we're going into. All right, people, they trust in the riches, right? They trust in a dollar. Okay. But the Lord's going to take that away, and the dollar's not even real money anyway. Okay, this is Psalms 57 verse 2. All right, so like Psalms 52 verse, I'm gonna start at 6. Says the righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Laugh at who? All right, laugh at the wicked, man. Esau, Edom in his kingdom, because the Lord is surely destroying it. Okay. You go back to the article, there's no good vibes coming from this thing, man. All right, there's no good vibes. People telling people to be cautious, telling that according to their analytics and their introverted yields, that is going to have a recession is coming in the near future. Okay. Oh, let me read this. I'll skip this paragraph. It says Friday moves comes as the U.S. central bank surprised investors by adopting a sharp dovish stance on Wednesday, projecting no further interest rate hikes this year and ending its balance sheets roll-offs. Market sentiments was boosted Thursday by the Fed's updated outlook on interest rates, but the reasons behind it caused some concern. The Fed justified its dovishness by cutting its U.S. economic growth outlook for 2019. Okay, so the interest rates are not going up. So what happened? People got all happy because now you could take loans and there'd be a lower interest rate, or the interest rate is not going to be increased. But then you take a step back and say, hold up, wait, why are they not increasing it? Because you increase the interest rates if the economy is doing good, But now the U.S. Central Bank is saying, now we're not going to increase the interest rates. So now now people are saying, well, the reasons behind it is a cause for concern. Meaning what? The economy isn't doing good. Okay? The economy is not doing good. And which is evident, man. All right? Once again, it's evident to those who are watching. And which is who? Let me go get this. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. The keepers of the house are who? These economists, these analysts. They're the ones who are watching. All right, and that's why they're telling people to be cautious. But you Israelites, y'all not paying attention to this. All y'all care about is just being folly, man. Okay, as in the days of Noah, eating, drinking, marriage, giving into marriage. And Esau does what? He perpetuates the system of bread and circuses so that you can continue to stay asleep, man. Continue to stay distracted. All right. But the keepers of the house are trembling. These economists, all right. These people, they're taking their money out of the stock market, man. All right. And who else? And who else are watching? Okay, the men of the Lord. All right, the prophets, man. The one who the Lord set upon their watchtower. We're watching, we're seeing what time it is. But we don't trust in this economy. Unlike these keepers of the house, they're telling you to, stock up. They're telling you to buy some gold, okay, buy some silver, okay, buy some food and all this other BS because the economy is about to collapse. Yeah, the economy is about to collapse. That's true. But they're putting their trust in what? In carnal things. We're putting our trust in YAHAWASHI. And who's going to win? Who's going to be the last standing? All right. The elect of the Lord, man. All right. So it says, in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves and the grinders cease because they are few. Grinding cease meaning work. All right. What did Jake say? Oh, I'm on my grind. All right. The meaning what? I'm working. But a lot of these businesses, man, that a lot of companies that have a lot of employees, they're doing what? They're cutting off. They're putting layoffs, man. All right. And a lot of big time companies too. All right. It says the grinding cease because there are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Okay. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. All right. The doors being shut in the streets, meaning what? That these stores are closing, man. You go down any main avenue. Okay. You're going to see for sale, for lease, a vacancy. All right. You go down to the chief place of concourse. You're going to see what? Everything must go. All right. Blowout sale. Store closing event. 50, 60, 70% off. Okay. So the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. So you're not having a lot of people working, man. Okay. They cutting back hours at people's jobs. All right. It says, and he shall rise at the voice of the bird, and of the daughters of the music shall be brought low. Okay. Jumping. What was that? 2nd Ezra 16 verse 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? That's right. Because who's going to deliver you in these days, man? You ain't going to be able to go down to Egypt for help. When this time comes, man, you're going to be thrown right into a concentration camp. Okay. Or they going to tell you, yeah, well, we got this new system going on, this RFID chip, which the scripture tells you in Revelation 14th chapter what's going to be the reward for taking that chip. But you're going to have a lot of people who don't have the wisdom and knowledge, who don't have the faith, who don't have the understanding of the times, all right, and who just trust is in Egypt, that they're going to take that chip, man, which is going to be what? Straight to their destruction. So it says, but who will deliver me in those days? Who's going to deliver us in those days? YAHAWASHI is going to set up a standard for his elect. Okay, and that's what we have faith in. Whether you believe it or not, hey, the scriptures tells you that in Romans the 3rd chapter. What if some did not believe? This is our faith, man. Our faith is that we want this thing to happen. We want this place to be destroyed. We want the economy to collapse. All right, even though we in this place, because we know that the Lord is going to have what? Daniel's the 12th chapter, the 1st verse tells you that he's going to send, all right, his angels to stand up for the people in that day. All right, the Lord going to provide for us in that day, man. All right, and that's what we gonna hang our hats on to the death. Okay, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. Yeah, because when this economy collapses, you ain't gonna be able to go buy and sell. What you gonna do? You're gonna be ransacking, killing each other, robbing your neighbor, killing your neighbor for food, for bread, for water. All right, the beginning of wars, not just a global or a world war, but you want to have class war. You gonna have race wars. All right. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. Yeah, the powers are going to stand in fear. These are congressmen, okay? Because these congressmen, people gonna have it out for them, because a lot of people put their trust in the government. Your senators, your local mayors, okay? That's gonna try to soothe you with soothing words, try to appease you with soothing words. People ain't gonna want to hear that in that day, man. All right, it says the beginning of evils, bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? These evils are coming, man. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And people are not going to be mindful, man. They're going to continue to be wicked. They're going to continue to think that, oh, well, it'll bounce back. You know, they're going to continue to believe on the lies of Esau, the lies of the devil. Okay, so they're not going to be mindful for all these things, man. All right, it says, behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon the earth, so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Let me Google what this word victuals is. You know, I know what it means, but we'll get it for edification's sake, right? It says what? Food provisions. Okay. Let me go into here. It says food usable by people, victuals, supplies of food, provisions, eat. All right. So what? Foods and goods. All right, goods and services. That's why you got all these places that's having, you know, buy one get one free, 50% off, 30% off this, 30% off that. Okay, you look in the news, in the grocery store articles. It's always some type of a good sale. All right, so people are thinking themselves to be in a good case, man. But understanding that that's actually a sign of a weak economy. All right, if there's always sales going on. All right, a weak economy doesn't always have sales. There's a sales because people are not consuming, because people don't have money to consume. So these companies, in order to entice people to buy, they're dropping the prices. Okay, so it says victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay, and that's what's happening, man. It's only going to intensify. It's only going to get worse and worse, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. Okay, the ones who are watching, the ones who are sitting upon a tower. Okay, because that's the only ones who are going to be delivered. Because the rest of you fucking dodo birds is going to be destroyed, man. All right, you're going to go right down. Let me get this. Right down to Egypt. You're going to keep thinking that this place is going to last forever. And that's going to be your demise, man. Putting your trust in Babylon. Putting your trust in Esau, Edom. Isaiah 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that taketh counsel, but not by me, not of me. That cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. All right, this is right here is the spirit of Yahweh YAHAWASHI that is speaking, man. The warning, all right, of what's coming. Okay, because this world is not warning you of the coming calamities, the coming wrath, all right, the coming visitation of Yahweh YAHAWASHI upon this wicked world, man, this wicked age, all right, that they may add sin unto sin. So because you are not having taken the counsel and not heeding to the counsel of the Lord, all people are doing just adding sin unto sin, all right. They're not being mindful of the things that are happening. They're not being mindful of hearkening to the word of Yahweh YAHAWASHI, man. Verse 2. They that walk down to Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. Okay, Esau, who's the new Pharaoh? Esau, man. All right. Just like I told you in Revelation 11 chapter that this place is called spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Pharaoh just means the king. Who's the king of this Babylon? All right. Who's the king of the daughter of Babylon? The Edomites. All right. Who go by the so-called white men, but they're the red Hebrew Edomites, man, that trust in the shadow of Egypt. And you go into that word shadow, it basically means a protection. Okay. People think that Babylon, Egypt, bondage. All right. They think that this place is going to protect them. But that's going to be, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, man. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion. And there's going to be a lot of confused people because they don't have the wisdom and knowledge, and they're going to be unstable, man. And a lot of people going to be killing each other, all right? Killing, eating, all right? Raping, ravishing. Hey, it's going to be like how the Lord said, it's going to be like a time that has never been on the earth, all right, and shall never be, man. All right, so, you know, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, and my Baba Ball, my wife, Laba Ball. Shalom.